Had to sneeze there. There we go. Picked up some records as well here, or CDs. King T. I'll admit I don't know everything about hip hop. Definitely maybe some deeper cuts in my opinion here. Too Much Trouble, Player's Choice. I'm looking forward to getting a listen onto these. I have been listening to some of the CDs in my car, but as you can imagine, with as many as I picked up, it's taken a while to get through all of them. High C Scanless. From around this state, we definitely know Busy Bone. So we got a little Busy Bone. And then this was super cool. I was very glad I went and did a final check because they had Voodoo Vince, the soundtrack, in the CD bin. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even know Voodoo Vince had a soundtrack. So I was stoked to find that. I guess we can move to the big pieces here, get these out of the way. This was 14, then marked down to 7 for this big GameCube carrying case. So I don't usually pick up carrying cases. They don't usually sell for me very well. But for $7 for an official GameCube one, I had to do it. And then the Wii Zapper in the box for $10. Again, not my favorite, but for $10, I'm not leaving that behind. So we picked that up. A little Star Fox 3DS action for $9. Boy, I tried. I love Star Fox 64. I tried to love Star Fox on the Wii U and on the 3DS, and just I couldn't get into it as much as the original. I don't know. So I still play the original from time to time, but there you go. $5 for the 1970s Mattel Electronics basketball. If you're not familiar, this whole series has a football, a baseball, a hockey. They're all very primitive, but these were the real deal. This was that transition between a mechanical handheld game and the first what we would call handheld video games. And so, to me, they're cool pieces of history. So I still pick it up. I doubt I'm going to get my $5 back out of that, but some things you buy just to have. We got the Donkey Konga 2. It is compatible with the bongos. As you can see, it was individually priced, so this was not the one that would have came with that. But for $12, we have a game to pair with it, so I can at least sell it. $10 for the new Super Mario Bros. 2. I don't know what this book's at. 10 may be a fair price, but I mark all my stuff up to 20 because that's just what they sell for. We have a sealed Super Mario Maker 3DS for $10. Again, I don't think I've ever sold. Nobody comes in asking for the Super Mario Makers. But for $10, I'm not going to turn them down, especially with the big box, and the game inside is sealed in there as well. The aforementioned Star Fox Zero with Guard. Nobody played Guard. But yeah, for $10, it was fine to pick up. Going back to, I think I did publish one of the, or maybe I haven't, the Toys R Us videos, the stuff I found in my attic. When we were going to Toys R Us and I was buying them out, I think I bought 12 copies of this for $5. I don't know how many I kept. And I think I was flipping them for 10 and quite happy to make it. I also bought out a ton of that Animal Crossing game that everybody hated for $2.50, I think. And I was selling those for $10 or $7.50, doubling and tripling my money. And oh my God, I thought I was a genius 10, 12 years ago, whenever that was. I have several Super Mario Worlds hanging out downstairs, but for $9, we'll take it. Never not buying a Mario at that price. Star Fox, super beat up. You can see whoever pulled this out of the cartridge put their thumb there every time. $6, we'll take that. I passed on the Mario Duck Hunt that was also $3. I have a ton of those. Somebody else picked it up right away. This is the more valuable of the two for the $3, so I was happy to grab that. Lost Vikings, originally $30, has the manual in there, does have some stickers on it. I don't mind a KB sticker. I hope the person who ends up with this doesn't as well, but yeah, it books at about $30, so they were right on, but it's a Genesis game, and I know I keep saying what's not going to sell, but this is why this stuff was there on the last day. Genesis stuff just doesn't move that fast for me, but for that price, it's a great game. We're not going to leave it behind. Hopefully working. Looks like it's in really great shape. $5 DualShock in the Platinum Silver. I left behind the black ones because they're just such... You really are taking such a chance with those that they still work. And I've tried cleaning them out. That doesn't often work. You really have to buy the new membranes. The membranes, people say, aren't of great quality yet and come from China and this kind of stuff. I don't know. $5 classic controllers. We grabbed a pair of them. I think I've said this before in videos. I don't know. That'll be like $7 or $8 in back stock. I don't know. There's just so many of those in back stock that at this point it doesn't matter. But they book for like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. In theory, it's like you should always be able to get your money out of them. But it never seems like they do. I don't know why. Maybe the store being down has some effect on that. I'm not sure. This is the Mafia 3 Collector's Edition. It said box, and I think that maybe scared people off. I looked at this day one and one-handed. Apparently, I'm not going to be even able to... Wow, that stuff's stuck in there. Okay, let's see. One last try. Come on, really? Nothing? Okay, it did have a PC game in it, and maybe that's why they thought that it didn't have anything. Well, there we go. I don't know. Does it really matter? You don't care. So it's 15 bucks. Yeah, but like I said, it's the PC game version in here. It's dusty, for sure. But for 15 bucks, I mean, you get all the touchy-feelies. It's huge, it's big, it's got the art book. I couldn't say no. So, you know, why not pick it up? Like I said, it was kind of the scraps of what was left. But I still think there's some good deals, some stuff that will move on to other people. You know, like we don't need the NES games, we don't need the Super NES stuff, we don't need the 64. So, you know, we can move all that, and try to free up some space. Really, I think it's funny that, to me, here's the gem in the collection, the moment in time when the Xbox just crapped the bed, and everything red-ringed. A moment in video game history. But yeah, you know, pour one out today for my guy who had the GOAT collection, and continue to join me, hopefully daily, with new videos of what we picked up and some of the cool stuff that was in there, and share the excitement with us and with me. And yeah, we'll keep his name and his reputation as a GOAT collector going. YouTube, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Welcome back, YouTube. J-Bob, the video game slob, coming at you here, back at the house. This is a wrap on what we picked up Sunday, the last day of the sale. Everything here was half off. It was what was left. There was very little left, as you guys probably saw in some... well, I don't know, maybe not. We'll edit this here, but maybe after this we'll show you what it looked like. The shoes, the shelves, everything was empty, and so... And I'm interrupting our normal flow of videos. There will be a ton more videos still on the games that came in and unloading every box that we got. But what became apparent, you know, as we were going through this, that this just wasn't sort of any random garage sale or estate sale in this case. But this dude, as we found his name on some of the stuff and got to piece the story together, was really a special, like, dude, and looking over his obituary, and just starting to feel really connected to who he was and the stuff that he had. And so we ended up going back Saturday, my friends and I, and then Sunday, and my friend even stayed an hour after I did to even keep seeing if he could negotiate on things, and just sort of get them back into our collections, and you know, keep his what I think his sort of thing was going. And so unfortunately, that maybe the next couple of videos, those ones I was working on the first night to just try to get this stuff took into the system, because there's just so much of it, didn't really put the reverence I think on what it was, and because I was just so tired from moving all the stuff and going and getting out there early, and all the emotion of everything, didn't really have the gravity that I now feel for this collection, and that you might hear in a couple days as we keep piecing through all this stuff. But you know, with that said, we started to figure out, or you may have started to see, there were a lot of empty boxes and things. So clearly a lot of things went into binders of some kind and got sold off and separated, but much more than I thought was sealed. I thought I had a few sealed things. I didn't realize how much was sealed, and so this will be a long video series as we work through sending all that stuff off. But there's a lot to do in the meantime, and that's what we're working through now. We got the first batches off to the antique mall over the weekend, and so we'll continue to do that. We're going to go back to the antique mall today because lots of stuff is selling. Try to work through what I already own, what can go out to retail, what's going to stay in the collection, and then what will have to get sent off and that kind of thing. So this ended up being more than 1,000 items, and I'm just one person with a day job and a part-time job outside of that. So this all takes a while. So there you go. So be patient with me is what I'm saying. And one of the things that I realized I was missing that hasn't, I don't think, made it into a video online yet is the controllers for my PlayStation Mini. And so my buddy found this for me on Sunday. And then later on, as he stayed after, like I said, he found the next one. So I do have 2 controllers now for it. Well, I have one. He has the other. I'll get that from him sometime this week. These bongos were originally $60, and it came with a game. Of course, being an estate sale and how people are, is somebody took the game, probably got it cheap, and then left this. And so the good news is on the final day, they gave it to me for $10, and the top's pretty clean. So I already have these. Those will go up for sale. $60 on the Super Mario Galaxy 2 sealed, which was about the right price, but for $30, I think that's much more accurate as to what I can pay for it. So I picked that up. This was really cool. This was just a freebie tossed in. Dear Xbox 360 enthusiasts, thank you for being part of the community. We have repaired your Xbox system. So I think that's just funny because how many of these probably were issued? Oh man, I had 4, I think 360s go in for repair. So, you know, there you go. All right, YouTube, rolling up, last day of the sale here, 50% off day. See what we can find, meet my buddy up there, do a little picking together, see what we can find, and we'll connect with you soon. Well, YouTube, hopefully you got a little flavor there of what was inside on the last day, half off day. We came like an hour and a half early just to get a ticket, just to see what was left. So picked up some good stuff. We'll show you here. Saying goodbye feels a little sad. Cool to get these pieces for the collection, and of course some to get out to you guys and for sale to the public. And really felt like I got to know the guy, and so yeah, that's why we're going to be calling these the GOAT collection videos. Just dude had an amazing collection, and yeah, I feel like I kind of got to know him and have like a connection here. As you can tell, I'm a little emotional, and so yeah, we'll get some more videos up. We'll go through the collection. It's going to be a long journey. We're going to get some of this stuff graded, of course, and so he'll live on for a long time. We got the CDs up in my deck right now. We got 5 more today, so we'll be listening to my man's music for a long time. So, all right, we'll catch you here soon, YouTube.